All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and we got another one. Another uniform that I was super excited to see get added to the game. That's basically just gonna fall flat in its face and fade into nothingness. Unfortunately, the new and improved Hulkbuster slash Thorbuster, the celestial armor that's supposed to be designed to kill gods, is not good enough to kill anything. No, truthfully speaking, in the comics, it got ripped to shreds by the Hulk, so it didn't really do much. So I can kind of see why it's falling flat in his face, but I was hoping that since it's such a cool looking armor, it would actually be able to do something in the game. But unfortunately, it's not going to. They gave him great stats. The HP is nice, the defense is nice. He's good in terms of the fact that he can heal. He has a great animation. He has decreased damage from chain hit. They're making him a really good tank. And if they add another game mode where being able to absorb a lot of damage and stay alive actually matters, then he might be one of the best. Like in terms of his raw stats, he's up there with the best of them. I'm talking people like Thanos, right? Keep in mind that he's just level 80 and I don't have any Odin's blessings on him, right? But take a look at my tier 4 Thanos. Look at his stats. We got 138,000 HP, and we got 38,000 physical defense and 37,000 energy defense. And then when you take a look at Hulkbuster's stats without Odin's, when you consider the fact that my my Thanos is pretty much maxed out, granted I could give him more HP, don't watch the fact that I have a CTP of Rage on the guy. Okay, I like using Thanos in the former Thanos uniform. Don't ask me why I have King Thanos on right now. You know, I like to keep y'all guessing. Anyways, point is, Hulkbuster has fantastic base stats, and if you tier 4 him, it gets even better. The problem is you shouldn't tier 4 him because he can't kill shit. All he is a giant meat shield. And hear me out, this might actually be really good for Alliance Conquest. If you're able to successfully attack in Alliance Conquest and set up a really good team, watch out, wrong button, this one off to the side here, right? And set up a really good team with Hulkbuster on it, and you have people attacking in and they're not able to kill your Hulkbuster in time, you might be able to get some wins off that way from him just basically being a meat shield there, because in Alliance Conquest you have 1 minute to kill the defending team. If Hulkbuster is in there and they can't kill him in time, then he gets a win. However, when you're attacking into a team, Hulkbuster just does not have what it takes to kill, because he's missing one key ingredient that pretty much every PvP character needs to have, and that is penetration. Not a single one of his skills have penetration on them. And I don't understand like how the devs could overlook this. Every character that is designed for PvP needs to have not one but two things: iframe ignore, he has that, and the other one is penetration. You can get away with not having iframe ignore if you have penetration, because eventually the character, if you're tanky enough, will not be an iframe. And then if you have penetration, you will be able to cut through their shields, cut through their immunity, cut through their invincibility. Because yes, there's some characters in the game that can stay in iframes for a very, very long time. But eventually, if you're tanky enough, if you can live long enough, you can do damage. So in the case of Hulkbuster, since he's really tanky with a lot of HP and really good stats, he's gonna stay alive. But since he can't penetrate, he's pretty much never gonna do enough damage to kill the characters that you want him to be able to kill, the likes of Sentry, the Adam Warlocks, the Wolverine, the Deadpools, the Madeline Bryars. Like, he's not gonna kill no one. He's just gonna stand there, and eventually he's going to die because they can just consistently deal damage to him and he can't do nothing to them. So it's a big oversight by the devs. And the problem with a character like this is you could say, okay, maybe they gave him iframe ignore, but they meant for you to use him in PvE. Can't be the case. His tags The only one that really pop up in PvE is the strong tag, and it doesn't pop up that much. And because of the fact that Hulkbuster is not considered a human, he's considered a creature. He doesn't have much value in World Boss Legend, unfortunately. If you go here and you just, you know, briefly look at the bosses and look at all of the restrictions slash requirements, you'll see that his restrictions slash requirements don't pop up very often, bro. And for the ones that he does have a chance to be used, you're gonna be using Iron Man instead of him. Let's be real. And to make matters worse, for PvE, the only CTP that's viable for him is a CTP of Rage, because his skills require you to delay not one but two skills if you want to actually do damage, right? You got to delay the 4 and you got to delay the 5. You can't insta cancel these two skills. You got to go 5 delay, 4 delay, and then go 3. And then obviously for his awaken rotation, which would be the first rotation you use since he's an awakened character, you're going 5, 4, 3, and then 6. Right? Really cool looking rotation, bro. Seeing all of these attacks going off at the same time is fantastic, but you're not going to be doing any damage in PvE. Like, that's why I didn't even bother making a level 70 showcase, because I tested him and his damage was dookie, fam. Straight dog shit. So I decided to just get him to 80, and in PvP he couldn't kill shit. So I decided to just toss an immunity to guard break, invincibility, obelisk on him. But you know what, just for you guys, I'm gonna toss a CTP of Rage on him and show you how he performs in World Boss Legend. Now, by no means am I saying you should do what I did here, okay? I'm just doing it for the content. Most of y'all should just give him like an invincibility obelisk with immunity to guard break and call it a day if you bought the uniform. Like, he's gonna be, I would say, like above average for Alliance Conquest, that's for sure. 1, he has level 80 available. 2, he has great HP and defensive stats, but he could be so much more if only they had just given him penetration. And again, and it's just such a shame that none of the defensive CTPs give you penetration, because that could also be a way to fix him. Like, if you could get some of the defensive stats from like the egg or from the authority and get penetration as well, he would be viable. But the problem is the destruction is just not strong enough defensively to make it like a viable option for timeline battle and Otherworld Arena. Like, it could work for AC, but even then, like, I feel like it just makes more sense. Oof. Okay, hold up. It just makes more sense to put him in as a sponge to soak up as much damage as possible and make it so that the enemies struggle to clear your team that you set. What a content, boys. What a content. And one of the things that kind of suck is that they gave the character that isn't necessarily for PvE the best type of damage accumulation for PvE, the damage dealt kind. The kind of accumulation he has is what they should have given to War Machine, and the one that War Machine has is the one they should have given to him. Like, it's such a big oversight. Like, especially since you look at the third skill where he's attacking, he's not in an iframe, so it's perfect for him to accumulate. Like, you know, if he was a character based on damage taken. Whereas if you take a look at War Machine, all of his skills have him in an iframe, so it's hard to accumulate damage with him. And then this character is really tanky in terms of like really big HP pool. So like he can actually take more damage than War Machine. So he's the one that they should have made it so that the more damage he takes, the more damage he dishes out. Like whoever is cooking, bro, y'all don't have the right recipe, bro. I don't know what recipe book you're using, but y'all don't know how to cook for shit. Like this whole machine update, nah, bro, y'all missed big time. Iron Man half baked, War Machine half baked, Buster half baked. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna get the rescue too, but she's also half baked. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Wow. Wow, I thought we were gonna get more damage out of the awakened skill there. It looks like the third skill does more damage than the awakened skill. Like, am I tripping, bro? I do like the fact that we can move around with the third skill. Okay, come on. Alright, so this is done. And I know I kind of sound like a hater, but like Future said, I'm just being honest. Let me know if y'all findings conflict with what I'm saying. See, he looks like he's doing like amazing damage here, but just keep in mind that this is a very low level. And before you say, oh, that's great, he has potential, no, okay? Because you can't use him at the higher levels. You just scroll through the list of what he can do in the requirements for each bosses. What you're seeing in this video is literally his max potential in terms of like stages he can actually fight on. It sucks, bro. It actually sucks. So like, I don't know, man. I don't know. These guys, maybe they're just trying to sell stuff off aesthetics and not about how much long-term value you can get out of these uniforms. But they gotta do better. They really gotta do better. Like, I'm happy I can have a little bit of fun with him for the first time in a long time, but I'm gonna be honest, like after this, like just gonna toss him in AC, hope he can do work on the machine team, and that's pretty much it. Like, I'm gonna be relying heavily on Hope, Buster, and Rescue to kill, possibly Rescue. But truthfully speaking, it's probably just gonna be War Machine that has to kill the enemy. Meanwhile, this this guy just stays there and tank, and Rescue just provides the debuff removal. And that's pretty much it. But that's just my 2 cents on Hope Buster right now. I don't see much value there. In like 2 days, I'm gonna remove this and just re-roll one of these. I might not even bother re-rolling it. It has the penetration chance, which can interrupt the enemy's attacks, so I might just keep this, but I need the 5 seconds plus the 10% HP, so I might try to give them something decent. But y'all let me know what your thoughts are in the comments.